scattered. I would have then written either the name contains A or M. Here the question is that name should be MA, contain MA. That is the pattern you are looking for, right? So here MA can be at the end, MA can be in between, MA can be at the starting. So there can be different patterns for that, right? But this is a continuous pattern itself, right? So now if I write select star from employees where first name like MA percentage. Now if I execute this, what I'll be getting? I'll be getting all the names. Roman, Madeline, Matteo, Madison, Ima. So it can be at the beginning, it can be at the end, it can be in between. Yeah. Now, can you try out this, guys? Let's say I have a question. List all names starting with A, starting with A, and ends with E. So how will I write this? It should start with A, but end with E. How will I write this? It should start with A, but end with E. So there can be name, let's say, MA. This is the name, right? So here my requirement is A should be at the beginning, good, and E should be at the last, right? So how will I write? Select star from employees where first name like A is starting. In between, there can be any number of characters and then E, right? It should start with A and end with E, right? And now if I run this, if I execute this, here you have a name as Adeline over here, right? All of you are clear? All of you are clear, guys, on this? All of you are clear? Okay, if I write the question, list all names whose name does not start with A. So how will you write this, guys? Can you give it a try? No, no. Try to write, Chandra, write in the same pattern. Why will you write it? It is in the same pattern, right? So because you are referring to the single column, right? So you should write A percentage E because you are looking for a particular pattern, right? The pattern is that should start with A and end with E. So obviously put in the same pattern, right? Yeah. So here the same thing, what we did, we just placed not like. Okay. So if I write select star from employees where first name not like a percentage. So here it will just give me all the names whose name does not start with A. Okay, whose name does not start with A. So if I execute this, it will give me all the names whose name does not start with. Clear everyone how the not operator is playing a role over here. So we have used in the between operator, we have used in the in operator, right? Yeah. Now, now guys, if I give you a question, let's say, uh, list all names whose second character is A. Can you give it a try, guys? Whose second character is A? No, think of it, think of it. So guys, here what can be the different names? Let's say Ram, let's say Sahil, let's say Sam, okay? Let's say Rama. There can be different names, right? Here my requirement is the second character should be A. Second character should be A. So how many characters before A? How many characters before A, guys? Just a single character, right? Just a single character. So if you see in the wildcards, This single underscore means exactly one characters. Okay, exactly one character. Exactly one character, right? So what I will be, so here how will you write? Select star from employees where first name like underscore a, then after a there can be a single character, there can be three characters, there can be two characters, there can be any number of characters. So percentage. So select star from employees where first name like this. Okay, so now if I execute this, now if I execute this, it will have James, Mason, Harper, Camilla, Jackson, Jack, Carter, all of these names, right? So second character is A. Clear everyone on this? All of you are clear? Any doubts, anyone? Yeah. Okay. So this is how the like operator. Okay. Then the next one, which we have, the last operator is operator. So guys, tell me for third. Yeah, very good. For third, if Vivili it is, let's say I want the third character should be A. So how many underscores should I put before A? Two underscores, right? Yeah, two underscores. Yes, Vivili, you are correct. It is two underscores. So now, guys, let's say I have, if I write select star from employees and execute this, here I have this email ID as null. Null means it is empty, right? So now guys, if I want that to find, if I want to find employees whose email is null or email is empty, how will you write this one? How will you write this one? Forget about any special operators. How would you write this? Okay. So if I write where email is equal to null, okay, where email is equal to null. Here, guys, null means what? Null is a empty value. So what I said, a empty value cannot be ever equals to any, even null is not even equals to null, right? So it cannot be ever equals to any value because it is just empty. So if I write where email is equal to null, it will give me nothing. Why? Because there is a special operator is operator which is used for null comparison. Okay, is used for null comparison. So if I want to compare for any null values, I have to write null. No, why should you write within single quotes? It becomes incorrect. So I'll write select star from employees because it is not a character, right? Where email is null, right? Where email is null. So now if I execute, I'll get whichever employee does not have an email ID, I will get that. So this is the incorrect approach when I put is equal to, and this one is the correct approach. Clear all of you on this? All of you are clear on this? So generally people do this mistake of writing with is equal to null. So in interviews, when they ask, people generally write in this way. So make sure, because I have already shown that why it is incorrect. Okay, so we have is operator which is used for handling the null related values. Okay, so now which all operators we have read? We have read in the special operators. we have read about like operator along with the wildcards, that is underscore and underscore and percentage, right? And then we have also read about the is operator, which is used for handling the null related values. And in was used for handling what? For handling the uh, specify list of values. If a list of values I have, then I can use the in operator and handle that. And between is used for handling range of values. If I have two ranges, let's say salary within 1 lakh and 2 lakhs, so I can provide in the between operator, which we had read yesterday. Clear on this, or anyone has any doubts? Clear? Good. Yeah. So now the next thing which we're gonna read is about the clauses. About the clause. Exist, my dear, we will be studying when we will be reading about the correlated subqueries. Yeah. So this correlated subqueries when we'll be reading, I know I had listed it out, but it is similar to correlated subqueries. So the concept, like some of the concept we have still kept, like for example, in the DML commands, I had told you about a merge command, right? So merge command will come a bit later. Okay, merge command will come a bit later when we will be reading joins. That time we'll be reading about merge. And exist operator, when we will be reading about the correlated subqueries, we will be reading about the exist operator. Okay. Srinivas, we will be seeing arithmetic operators are simply straightforward. It means plus for addition, minus for subtraction, asterisk for multiplication, slash for division, percentage for modulus, which we'll be seeing in the transact sequence. These are basic, like 2 plus 2, it will give you 4. Simple weeks. We'll be seeing that when we'll be writing the stored procedures, functions, triggers, we'll be seeing these examples, okay? Because those are very easy concepts. Yeah. So now the next one which we'll be reading is about the clauses. So what do you understand by clauses? What do you understand by clauses? Clauses are what? For example, guys, this anything which I'm writing in the select statement, let's say select. Select is, why do I write the select statement? Because it will retrieve the columns. It will retrieve the columns, right? Second one is from. From, why do I write select star from employees? So from identifies the tables. Okay, so it gets the data from the tables. And third one is where. So where, when I put it, like you have seen now, where we just put to filter conditions, right? So already all of you are aware of uh, these terminologies, right? Select, from, and where. You are already aware of these clauses. Okay. Now we will be reading some other clauses that would be coming forward. So the first one is, we'll start with order by. So order by is a clause. What is it used for? It is used to, it is used to sort rows based in ascending order, based upon ascending order or descending order. So for example, guys, if I'm writing, so let me show you the syntax, how the syntax is written. So syntax is select column name from table name, where condition, right? Where condition, then order by column name, order by column name, ascending or descending. So if I write ascending, it will sort all the rows in the ascending order. And if I write descending, DSC, it will sort them in descending order. And by default, if you write only order by column name and you do not put ASC or DSC, then by default, it will get them in ascending order. So let's say guys, I am writing select star from employees. Okay. I'm just writing select star from employees. But here, for example, guys, when you open let's say you open the Myntra app and there you what you do? You sort them low to high or high to low, right? Based upon the price or based upon the ratings, right? So similarly, over here, when I'm fetching the details of the employees data, so here I want them in the descending order of the salary. So which column should I refer? Obviously the salary column. So what I will write? I will write order by salary descending, DESC. So now you see how the salaries are coming, right? So now if I write DESC and execute it, now you see all the employees data are in the highest salary. So if you go below, it is in the to the lowest one. So it is from descending to, I mean, it is in the descending format from the highest to the lowest. Clear all of you on this? All of you are clear on this? How is it working? So this example which I gave is to, let's say, list all employees in the descending order of their salary. Descending order of their salary. Okay. So now guys, if I write, for example, if I give you a question, can you write this one? For example, I write list all employees in the order of whoever joined early. So how will you write this, guys? Can you write the complete one? Don't write in short, guys, because that will give you a hands-on exposure. Because when you keep on writing queries, you will also remember it. So how do you list all employees in the order of whoever joined early? Can you write that? Do we have a DOJ column, Ankit? Do we have a DOJ column and do we really need to write ascending in this format? Do we need to write? In this table, what we have? We have a hire date column, right? Which describes the joining dates of the people, of the employees. So what I will write, select star from employees, order by hire date ascending. So now if I execute this, I'll be getting like who are the most loyal employees. Like Noah Jones has joined, the first one to join my company, then Carlet. Then in this order, we go and we will be seeing like whoever has joined recently. So Akshay Kumar has joined recently in my organization, right? No, no, you need to write the column. Is do we have join date? People are writing join date. Like have you all put this database? Put this database in your system. Have we anything as join date or do we have anything as DOJ? Nothing as such, right? Because if I write, for example, I write DOJ and execute, it will give me an error, right? So obviously, if your query is not correct, I mean, if you're not putting the correct column name, obviously it will give you an incorrect result set, right? Yeah. So please make sure you're putting the correct column name because that is very much required. And you should go through all the tables that is there. Okay. And what if guys, if I do not mention ASC, okay, if I write only order by higher date, what it will do? It will do in the ascending order. By default, if I'm writing, it is ascending by default. So it will give me the same result set. Okay. Now guys, if I write a question, can you write this? Let's say I want to find it out. Let's say list all employees of department 2 in the order of highest salary. In the order of highest salary. So how will you write this? Put this on. So very good. So select star from employees. No, no. Not order by department ID is equal to no. No, not in this way. So what is the syntax? The syntax is select column names from table name where condition. So here if I want to find what I will write, I'll write select star from employees and for which particular department I want for department ID 2. So where department ID is equal to 2 and then order by salary descending, right? Order by salary descending. So now if I run in this particular way, it will give me the all the employees of department 2 in the order of the highest salary. Understood everyone now? Clear? Yeah. So here there is one more terminology which we'll be discussing is column alias. Okay. I'll tell you why this column alias is important. Like as of now, I'll just tell you the what does column alias means and how is it related to uh, order by. But lot of stuffs we'll be also knowing that how column alias is important in our upcoming classes. So column alias is what? Column alias, it is just a temporary name given to the column during the execution of the select statement. During the execution of the select statement. So if I write, so what does this mean? For example, guys, I am writing select, okay, let's say first name, comma, department ID, comma, salary from employees, okay, from employees. So now if I write in this way, guys, what it will give me? It will give me the column names, right? All the column names, first name, department ID, salary. So let's say, guys, instead of first name, I want to give it a short name. So I mean short temporary name during this execution of the select statement. So let's say I write FN. Okay, I just put a space FN. Then I write DID over here. So now if I execute over here, what are we getting? FN, DID. So is the column name getting changed? Is the column name getting changed permanently, guys? In the employees table, if I go, will it permanently change? No. Perfect. It will not permanently change because it is just a temporary name given to the columns during the execution of the select statement. So now if I execute, here I have first name, last name, depart, all the columns are as it is, right? So this one is used to give it a temporary name to the column during the execution of the select statement. But why did I discuss about this? Why did I discuss it about this? So here, the main thing is the point. I'll tell you, that's what I said, Chandrasekhar. I'll be telling you, we'll be seeing a lot of stuffs where these column analysis will be used. That's what I said in the beginning while I started with column analysis, right? We'll be seeing a lot of stuffs going forward. We'll be seeing of how does it comes. Now I'm just explaining how does the column analysis works. And one more thing also you need to remember that the column alias can be only used in the order by clause. Okay. So the column alias can be used only in the order by clause and in not any other clauses. Why? The reason I will be telling you after completing all the clauses, I will be telling you this reason. Okay. So for example, let us test. Let us give it a test. So for example, I write salary SAL. Okay, SAL over here and execute. So now I have FN, DID, SAL. So guys, let's say I want uh, of only employees of department ID 2. So if I now write where DID is equal to 2, will it work, guys? Will it work? No. Why? Because the column alias is only applicable in order by clause. The reason I will be telling you after completing uh, all the clauses, I will be telling you like why it is. I mean, why it is required. I'll be telling you. Okay. So now if I no no as is not required, it is optional. You nowadays can give it a space and write the particular column name. You don't need to put as. Okay. So now if I execute, here it is showing an invalid column DID. But now if I write order by sal descending, will this work, guys? Now if I want in the descending format, instead of putting salary, can I put sal descending over here? Yeah. So now if I put in this way, it will work because column alias is only applicable in this uh, order by clause itself. Okay. Yeah. So the reason I will be telling you why it is used in only in the order by clause, that reason also we'll be discussing out. Yeah. Okay. Now the next clause, which is in relation with this uh, order by clause, is top clause. Okay, top clause. Top is used actually with order by. Why it is used? Because it 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 allows us to limit the number of rows returned in the query itself. Returned in the query itself, right? And how the syntax is written? How the syntax is written? Select top, whatever expression you give, the value. Okay, the value. Then from here you write the column names. Here you mention all the column names. Then from the particular table name where condition order by column name ascending or descending, right? Ascending or descending. So what does this top does? So guys, for example, I write select star from employees order by salary descending. So what this gonna give me? This gonna arrange all the employees in the descending format, right? All the employees you are seeing are arranged in the descending format of the salary. But let's say I want that I should only see the top five result. Whoever are earning in the top five, I just want to see them. So what I can put? I can put this top clause. So top, let's say five. And if I execute it now, it is doing what? It is just limiting my result set, right? What is it used for? It allows us to limit the number of rows returned in the query itself. Clear everyone now? Understood how the top clause is working? All of you are clear on this? So let me give you a question, guys. Let's say I want uh, find the top five lowest paid employees of Department 4. How you gonna write this? Find the top five lowest paid employees of Department 4. How will you write this? Can you all write this query? Order by top five. Perfect. So select top five star from employees where department ID is equal to 4, order by salary ascending. Or if you do not write ascending also, by default it's gonna generate the lowest paid employees. So now if I execute, it will give me the lowest paid employees of department 4. Clear everyone on this now? All of you are clear? Okay, very good. So now the next thing which we're gonna discuss. So all of you are clear with the uh, top. So what all clauses? Let us do a quick recap. What all clauses we read? So in the clauses, we already knew about the select, from, where, we already know. What else we read? We read about the order by clause. Then we read about the top clause, right? About the top clause. Okay, so why do I write at the heading? So that when in case you will have around 8 to 9 classes, so you will have these uh, topics above, then you can easily find it out if anywhere you want to see. So that's why I write it over here so that you can easily refer at the starting that what all topics are covered in that particular class. Okay. So now the next clause, guys, is group by. Okay. The next clause is group by. But before I start with group by, okay, before I start with group by, there is something which we need to do, which we need to know is aggregate functions. Okay, aggregate functions. So what are aggregate functions, guys? What are aggregate functions? What does it do? It combines or aggregates group of rows, group of rows to generate an aggregated value. So what does this mean? For example, guys, if I want, let's say the sum of the salary. Okay, let me write select star from employees. So now if I want the sum of salary, so what I will be doing? I will be combining all the rows of this particular column into a single value, right? Into a single aggregated value. That what is known as aggregate function. What does it do? It combines or aggregates group of rows to generate a single or an aggregated value, right? So what are the different types of aggregate functions we have? We have sum, we have average, we have min, we have max, and then we have count. Okay, we have sum, average, min, max, and count. So let us see of how all of these work. So let's say, guys, I write select sum of salary from employees. So what it will give me? What it will give me, guys? It will give me the sum. What it will do? It will combine all the column, all the rows of this particular column to generate a single value. So now if I execute over here, it is giving me some amount. Like what is this amount? Uh, 1,79,65,000, right? So this is the salary I am burning per month for my employees, right? Now, if I want the average, I will write select average of salary from employees. So now if I write average, what it will give me? It will give me the combined salary, I mean the summation of the salary divided by the number of employees. So it will give me the average one. So the average salary is coming how much? 1,81,464. Now the next one we have min and max. So if I write min of salary from employees, what it will do from the salary column, whatever minimum value I have, if I execute this, it is giving me 70,000. It will give me the lowest salary that is present in the salary column. Okay. And if I write max, if I write select max of salary from employees, what it will give me? What it will give me? It will give me the maximum salary that is present in the salary column, that is around 5,20,000. Okay, 5,20,000. Okay. Now, what is count? Select. If I write count of salary, okay. So count is what? Count will just give me the number of rows present in that particular column. Okay. So if I write select count of salary from employees, what it will give me? It will just give me the count of rows in that particular column. So now if I execute, I am getting 99 rows. So here you will see that how many rows are there in this particular column. Clear everyone on this? All of you are clear with the different types of aggregate functions? But here I'll be telling you a very important stuff. So guys, all of these works on a particular column, right? Sum, average, min, max. But count, if I write guys, select count of star. Count of star from employees. If I write in this way, then what it will give me? It will just give me the it will just give me the number of rows present in this particular table. So if I write select count of star, it is also giving me 99. But why did I say you about this case? Why did I say you? Because in the interviews, there is an important question that comes up, okay? Like, what is the difference between count of star and count of column name? Count of column name. This is a very important question. But now you have seen, sir, I have seen for this salary column and also count of star, the number of rows is same. Then what is the difference? Guys, let's say now I write select count of email from employees. Okay, from employees. So now if I execute this, guys, what I'm getting? I'm getting 98. Why? Why you are getting 98? So let us go to the table. If I go to the table, guys, over here, you will see that in the email column, in the salary column, you do not have any null values, right? You do not have any null values, right? But in this email column, you have one null value. So what is count of star doing? Count of star. So what is the difference you have seen? That count of star will count all rows, whether they are null or they are not null. Well, it will not discriminate. But if I am writing count of column name, what this will do? It will count all the rows and ignore the null values, and it will ignore the null values. Understood everyone with this example? All of you are clear of what is this? Is a very, very important interview question. Okay, so that is why I marked with star. So all of you clear with this concept or any doubts anyone has? Yeah. So this is how my my count of star and count of column name works. Okay. Then the next one, guys. I mean, since we have read about all the aggregate functions, what comes next about the other clause which we're gonna discuss is group by clause. Group by clause. So what is this group by clause, guys? Groups rows, groups rows based on the aggregated values. So it groups rows based on the aggregated values. So what does this mean? So let me first show you the syntax and then I will be show you the meaning. So syntax is what? Select column names from table name where condition group by column name, and then I can write order by column name, ascending or descending, right? This is how it is written. The all of the clauses which we have read, I am writing all of those. So group by does what? So guys, let's say I have a question. I have a question. Let's say I'll be putting a question. Find the sum of salary. Find the sum of salary department wise. Find the sum of salary department wise. Okay. So now guys, if I write in this particular way, let's say I write select sum of salary from employees. So will this give me the correct output? Is this giving me the correct output as per the question, guys? As per the question, no. Why? Because here it is asking that how much department wise. So I should have an idea like how much department ID. One is what is the sum of salary? What is the sum of salary for two, then three, then four? So we use group by. So how does this group by works? How does this group by works? So for example, let's say this is my complete data. All of the data I have in this particular column. The entire table data I have, let's say employees data over here. So let's say guys, I write over here group by department ID. Group by department ID. So what this will do? What this gonna do? So what this will do? Based upon like let's say in this department I have four departments. So what it will do? It will segregate all of the data into four different categories. Like how many number of departments? Let's say there are four departments. So it will segregate all the data based upon it will group them based upon their department because I have written group by department ID, right? Group by department ID. So it will segregate all the data like this, right? Here I will have this department ID D1 data. I mean department ID data, department 1 data. Here I will have department 2 data. Here I will have department 3 data. And here I will have department 4 data. So since all the data are segregated now, based upon that, I can find the sum. Okay, I can find the sum. So if I write sum of salary from employees group by department ID and execute it, I am getting all the sum. Just what? Wait 1 second. Let me just delete one record over here. Why it is showing as 89,000? Because there is a particular employee who is not assigned to any department ID. So let me delete that. So this Akshay Kumar, so I'm just deleting this because he has not been assigned to any department ID. So delete from employees where employee ID is equal to 114. So I'm just deleting this particular employee to avoid confusion. Okay. So now if I write group by department ID, what we are coming, we are getting four different values, right? So we need to put one column over here to get the like which department is getting how much salary, right? So what I will be putting, I'll be putting in the select clause. Okay, I'll be putting in the select clause and writing. And if I execute it now, it is giving me the department 1, 2, 3, 4. And what is the sum of salary? What is the monthly sum I am, burning per month? Department wise. Clear everyone on this? All of you are clear? All of you clear on this? Now, one thing I'll tell you guys. So, whenever you use any function, whether it is an aggregate function or user defined function or predefined function, which we'll be reading later about the predefined and the user defined function. So, what happens? You will see that you are getting a no column name over here, right? No column name over here. So here what I can do, I can give a column alias to this because whenever you use a function, it will generate no column name. So I will write any column alias. Let me write some underscore sal. So column alias is used to give a meaningful name to that particular column. Now got it? One of the reason like why do I use column aliases now? Understood? Yeah. So this is how we place it. Okay. And remember that like if you want to put anything in the select statement, like when you are using an aggregate, this is an aggregated column. What is the aggregated column? What is the aggregated column? I'll tell you the definition that the column on which the aggregated function is implemented is called as aggregated column. So for example, if you see it over here, this is an aggregated column because on this particular column, an aggregate function has been applied. Okay. So remember, like whenever you are putting any, whenever you are putting any uh, column name, okay, any column name with the aggregated function with the aggregated column, then it needs to be present in the group by. For example, if I do not write group by, okay, I'm just commenting out and I will write in this way, then it will give me a error. Select list because it is not contained in an aggregate function or the group by clause. So here my thing was that apart from the aggregated column, any column being mentioned in the select statement must be present in the group by clause mandatorily. Okay, mandatorily. Understood now? So if any other columns I want to put it over here, then we should be adding that in the group by clause. Abhishek, how will you know? How will you know? Can you tell me, Abhishek, from here if I do not add anything, if I do not add the department ID, can you tell me if you are showing your results set to your manager or to anyone? Can you tell me which one is of department 1, department 2, department 3, department 4, or let's say you have 10, 20 departments or 100 departments? How will you show it? You need to show the corresponding one to the which corresponding department ID is getting how much sum of salary, right? So that is why I need to mention it. Or else how will you know that? Which department is getting how much salary? Clear now? I've already ran the command. You need to watch it out, right? So here, if you see, the result is coming in this way. Yeah. Okay. Clear, everyone, now on these? All of you are clear? Okay, let me give you a question, guys, and try to figure this out. So let's say I give it a question to find the number of employees, find the number of employees department wise. How will you write it, guys? I need to find the number of employees department wise. So let me show you the table as well so that you can refer and write this query. So this is the table, entire table. Think of it and write in such a way that if I run your query, don't write in short, guys. Okay, write in such a way that if I run it, the command should be running in the database. Find the number of employees department wise. Harsh, why are you using as? I said it's not required, right? You can simply give it a space and write. Perfect. No, Janvi, why? How will it work? Janvi, the way you have written, it will not work. Why did I said you right? If you write in this way, why is first name required? What is my question? This result set will not work. Why? Because what I said, whatever columns are there in the group by clause, that can only come over here. So now if I run this, why do you need first name and last name? I just need the department ID, right? Because I'm just counting the number of employees. So it will give me an error. Because obviously you cannot put columns that are not present in my group by clause. So now if I write department ID, if I write department ID over here and execute this, here I will have the corresponding departments and the number of employees in each department. Clear on this, everyone? So here I can just write columnize, let's say, number of employees to give it a meaningful name. So here you see the departments and the number of employees in each of these departments, right? Clear on this, everyone? All of you clear? Yeah, you can use count of star as well, no issues. You can use count of star as well. You can use count of star. Yeah, perfect, Suraj. No. Why do you need to count department ID? No, you need to count the employee ID, or you need to count why what is your question? What is your question? Read out the question. Find the number of employees, right? Find the number of employees. So either you put star or you put the employee ID column because you need to focus on the number of employees, right? There is no point of putting email, salary, or anything. You need to be focused on whatever the question is being asked. The question is to find the number of employees. So either you need to put employee ID or you can put star. That's it, right? Why will you put department ID? Why will you put email? I mean, it's logically also you need to stand correct, right? Yeah. Okay, guys. The next one, if I want find the average of salary, average of average salary department wise. How will you do? How will you do this question? Find the average salary department wise. Find the average salary department wise. Yeah, very good. So select this average salary from employees group by perfect. Very good. Perfect. So now if I write in this way, it will give me the average salary department wise, right? So let me run this and you can give it a column alias, let's say AVG sal and run this. So now if I execute it out, it will give me the department ID and the average salaries, right? But now say, let's say, guys, I change the question a bit. Find the list of departments whose average salary is greater than 1.8 lakhs. So how will I write this? Find the list of departments whose average salary is greater than 1.8 lakhs. So how will I do this, guys? So department 4 shouldn't ideally come in my result set, right? If I change the question a bit, I have added that whose average salary is greater than 1.8 lakhs. So how will you do this? Average salary is 1.8 lakhs. Okay, so you are writing, Suraj, how 8 lakhs? I put in 1.8 lakhs, right? What is, you have put 80, what is this amount? 8 lakhs. Why 8 lakhs? Hmm? No, check is a constant, my dear. Check will not work in the select clause, right? Check will not work over here. So now, guys, I'll just take Suraj one example. Maybe I put the number incorrectly over here. So what he has done, he has written where average salary greater than 1.8 lakhs, right? So this is how he has put, right? But guys, if okay, now the main thing is now Santo, see, you have to always make sure the way you are putting it's in this order. You cannot mention group by first and then where. No, it will give you an error. So try to maintain this order, right? So now guys, he has written where average salary greater than this, right? So now it should work, right? But now if I execute this, I am getting an error. An aggregate may not appear in the where clause. What does this mean? So guys, this is a aggregated column, right? This particular one is the aggregated column, right? Aggregated column, I've already said what is the aggregated column. So remember that when I want to apply conditions, I cannot for aggregated columns I cannot use the where clause. I cannot use the where clause, right? I cannot use the where clause. So I cannot use that where clause. Okay. So, but can I use, guys, let's say I use AVG sal. Can I use this AVG sal in the where clause, guys? Can I use this AVG sal in the where clause, guys, over here? No. Why? Because I have said the column analysis will not work in the any of the clauses apart from order by. So when you have an aggregated column, when you want to put a condition on the aggregated column, you have a clause that is known as having. What is this having used for? It is used to filter aggregated columns, aggregated columns. Okay, filter aggregated columns. It is used to filter aggregated columns. What is the syntax of this? Syntax is select column names from table name where condition group by column name having aggregated condition order by column name, order by the column name, right? So in this way, I'll be using this having clause, right? So how will I write in the, now? How will I write when I have this particular here the where clause will not work. What I will write? Having average salary greater than 1.8 lakhs. So now if I execute, I am just getting department 1, 2 and 3. So let me put it over here so that it looks good. Okay. So first department IDs and then the average salary. Okay. So now it looks good, right? So now if I execute, I am getting only department 1, 2 and 3 because if you remember, department 4 was getting some 1.7 lakhs, right? So for this reason, I will be using this having column. Understood how this having column is working? All of you understood? All of you understood how the having clause is working, guys? Now, guys, uh, so let me put this question. So now if I give you a question, guys, find the list of departments except department 2 whose average salary is greater than 1.8 lakhs. Also arrange them in the descending order of the average salary. So how will you write it out, guys? How will you write this out? You got the question, right? The question, read out the question. You can able to get the answer. Read it once. Read it carefully and write the query. And you should write like if I run your query in my SQL server, it should run. So write in that particular way. You should write in that particular way. Select order by average salary descending. Okay, good, very good. We're not having average salary order by this. Perfect. Okay. So here I'm just taking any one of you don't need to put as guys. As is outdated, right? I've already put that, right? So let me put any one of your query over here and write it out. So how I will be writing the same thing which we had written over here. What we'll be doing will be just writing in the where clause where department ID not equals to 2, which will be excluding the department ID. And I will be writing order by average sal. I'm just putting the column alive and writing in this order. So now if I execute, see, I'm getting all the results set except department 2 because I've excluded the department ID 2. Then I have written that it should be greater than 1.8 lakhs and I have arranged them in the order of descending format, right? All of you are clear now how it is being written? All of you are clear? All of you are clear? Now, guys, when you write this particular query, okay, now the like now we have read about all the clauses now. Now the other concept which I will be telling you that guys, now we have written all of the clauses which we have read, right? So when I run this, when I execute this in SQL Server, how does it work? How does it work? So when you execute this, how does it work? So first, order of execution, like how does it work actually? This is really important and you won't find it in many books and all of these things. And this one is really important. That first thing that runs is the from clause. In the from clause, what does it do? It gets because first what it will do, first it will identify the tables. Okay, first it will identify the tables and get the base data. So it gets the base data from the tables, from the tables, right? Second thing is what? Second thing what it will run is the where clause. So where clause does what? Where clause does what? It filters the conditions based upon the columns. It filters the conditions, right? Third thing that works is group by clause. Group by clause because it will be doing them, because it will be doing the grouping of the rows. So what does it do? It does group or aggregate the rows of that particular column, right? Then fourth one is having. What does having does? What does having does? Having is used to filter the aggregated conditions. Okay, aggregated conditions. Then comes the next one, the fifth one is select statement. Select statement. After all of these clauses run, then comes the select clause. Select clause does what? Select clause returns the columns, returns the columns. And the last one to run is order by clause. Order by clause. What does it do? It sorts the result. So this is how all the all the clauses are executed when I run in SQL Server. So from here, guys, can you tell me the reason why do column analysis only work in the order by clause? Can you tell me the reason for this? Can you tell me the reason for this? That why do column analyze only works in the order by clause and not in any other clauses? Can you tell me the reason looking from this? Why does it happen only with this? So where do I create my where do I create my column analysis? In which clause do I create my column analysis? In which particular clause I create my uh, so we are giving our column analysis. I mean, we are creating our column analysis in the select statement, right? And all of these clauses are executed before the select statement for which they do not identify the column alive. So that is the reason it works only in the order by clause because it is executed after the select statement. Understood now? So column alive works only in the order by clause because order by is executed after the select statement. Clear everyone now? Clear everyone on this? Understood the concept? This is very, very important. That's what I said. That why do column alias works? I will be telling you at the last after we discuss all the clauses. Now clear everyone how it is working and yeah. Understood, right? So let's do a quick summary of what we have read till now. So we have read about the top clause, then we have read about the aggregated functions, about the aggregate functions, where we have discussed about sum, average, min, max, count, right? And what else we read? We read about group by, we read about having, right? So all of these we have read till. Any doubts, anyone? Like whatever we have read, any doubts, anyone on this? So we can discuss on the doubts if you have any. Column alias is just a temporary name, okay? It is just a temporary name given to the column during the execution of the select statement. So if I write over here, let's say when I'm running this, okay, when I'm running this, column alias is just a simple terminology. It's just like if I'm running without giving any, it is just a short name, okay? It is just a short name. For example, if I execute, I'm getting the result as it is, right? The result as it is. But let's say instead of first name, I want to show as fn, a short name I want to give during the select statement, right? So if I execute, it is coming as fn over here. Yeah, understood now? Any? So Chandrasekhar, like this mm, average sum, those will be only applied to numerical function, numerical data types. Whereas count can be applied to any columns, right? Because it will just count the number of rows, right? So it will be applicable to any columns of any data type. Okay, okay, understood now? Yeah, okay. So there is one more important interview question also that I will be telling you that in the interview also it is asked like what is the difference between what is the difference between where and having? What is the difference between where and having? So where and having, what is the difference? Okay. So where and having. So what are the differences, guys? Where is used to filter the normal columns, right? Filter the columns, normal columns. But this one having is used for what? To filter the aggregated columns, right? Aggregated columns, right? And who is executed first? If you see the order of execution, where is executed first or having is executed first? Where? So executed first, and here this one executed after where? After where? Clear now? So this is the basic difference between where and having, and it's a very important question as well, right? Understood everyone now? Hey, sorry. Yeah. All of you got it? Any doubts anyone now on this? All clear, right? So do you want a break now or shall we continue? You guys need a break or shall we continue with the next chapter and then take a break? Whatever you wish for. Okay, okay, sure, 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 definitely. Okay, 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 sure, 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 sure. Okay, so it's almost 9:30. So let's come back by 9:50. Okay, 20 minutes break. So let's be back by 9:50. Yeah. Okay. So then we'll be reading some other concepts. Yeah. Okay, guys. Okay, guys, let me know once you guys are back. Yeah. Okay. All of you are back. Yeah. So now there are certain clauses which can be, this is something extra which I'll be teaching you. Okay. So we already know about order by clause, right? So there are two clauses which can be used with order by, and you should know that. This is something extra. Okay. So offset and fetch. Okay. What is offset and fetch? So offset and fetch clauses are the options. Okay, these are the options of order by clause, of the order by clause to limit the number of rows returned from the query. Okay, so already you know that to limit, you have top clause, right? But what is something extra which you're gonna read in this offset and fetch that we will be seeing? Okay, so how it is written, let me show you the syntax. The syntax is something like this: order by, column name, okay, column name, ascending or descending, you write it in this way, right? Then offset, okay, then offset row count. So here you have to provide the offset row count and write rows, and then write fetch, next fetch row count, rows only, rows only. So what is this thing that is written? What is offset use? So offset is what it will do. Offset is used to skip the number of rows. So for example, I write top five. What it is to give me? It is to give me the top five result set, right? Similarly, offset will do what? Offset will skip the number of rows. So what does the offset clause does? The offset clause specifies specifies the number of rows, the number of rows to skip before starting to return before starting to return the rows from the query. So what it will do, it will skip the number of rows. So if I write offset 5 rows, so it will skip the first 5 rows and then it will fetch whatever next rows are there, right? And remember the offset count, whatever this offset row count which I have written in this thing over here, the offset row count, okay, should be greater than 0. Should be greater than 0. Should be greater than 0. Okay. And what does this fetch used for? What is this fetch used for? The fetch clause, the fetch clause specifies the number of rows, the number of rows to return after the offset clause has been processed. Okay, after the offset clause has been processed. And remember, in this offset and fetch, offset is mandatory, whereas fetch is optional. Okay, offset is mandatory and fetch is optional. So the offset clause is mandatory, whereas the fetch clause is optional. Okay, is optional. Yeah, is optional. Yeah, is optional. So let us see one example and then we will be able to get of how it is working. Okay, let's say I write, guys. Let's say I'll be giving you an example on this. Let's say I write select employee ID. Okay, first name, last name, salary. Okay, from employees, and I am writing order by salary descending. Okay, order by salary descending. So let me run this. What this will give me, this will just sort the sort the sort the result set, okay, in the descending order of the salaries, right? But let's say, guys, I want to skip the first three rows. Okay, I want to skip the top three highest earning employees. How can I do that? So I will write what? Offset, offset the row count. Let's say I write offset three rows. Okay, offset three rows. So now run this, if I run this, what it will do, it will skip the first top three employees. So now if I execute, so you are getting all the list of the employees except the top three. Okay, except the top three, you are able to get the all the results, right? And fetch is used for what? Fetch. Let's say I just after top three, I just want to calculate the fourth, fifth, and sixth highest employees. So what I can do, fetch, let's say five rows only. Fetch five rows only. So what this will do, if I run this, if I execute this, what this will do, fetch five, fetch next. Okay, the syntax is fetch next, right? Over here, if you see, it is fetch next. So now if I execute this, what it will give me, it will give the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth highest earning employees. Clear, everyone? How is it working? All of you clear? So offset is mandatory, right? If you just skip offset and run fetch only, it will give you an error. Invalid usage of the option next in the fetch. The offset is mandatory and it should be greater than 0. If you write only 0 and execute also, it will work, but the offset clause is mandatory, okay? The offset clause is mandatory. You cannot skip this offset one. Clear, everyone? Now all of you understood? So generally, if I write offset 1, so it will skip the first row, first highest earning employee, and give the next uh, top 5 employees. Understood, everyone, on this? All of you are clear? All of you are clear with this example? Or any doubts anyone has on this? Any doubts, anyone? So these are some advanced clauses which is required with, okay, I'm repeating it. So here, what does offset does? Offset is used to specify the number of rows to skip before returning the rows. If I want to skip, because if I used to write top three, what did it used to do? It used to give me the uh, it used to give me the top three employees, right? So that is why if I want to skip the number of rows, for example, okay, let me write in this way. Let me run without offset and fetch. Okay, without offset, if I run it. So if I execute here, I'm getting Liam, Ema, and Olivia, the top three employees, highest three. Let's say I want to get all the list of employees except the top three. So how will I do? I will write offset three rows. So all of these highest earning employees, whoever are earning the top three, they will be skipped. So you won't see Liam, Ema, and Olivia in this. So if I execute, you see, do you see Liam, Olivia, and all these Ema in the result set? Because those have been skipped in the result set, right? And let's say, sir, I just want after the top three, I want to see the next five rows. So I can write fetch next five rows or any number. If I execute, I am just getting after top three. These are the next five highest earning employees. Understood? What is the how does offset and fetch works? Or any doubts, anyone? Yeah, sorry, I was on mute. Okay, clear, right? On this, all of you are clear? Okay. Then what is the next thing which we gonna read? So offset and fetch works with order by clause. So these are some extra options of order by clause, right? Yeah. So I'm adding over here offset and fetch. The next thing is distinct. So let's say guys, if I write, okay, if I am writing, if I am writing select, let me write select department ID from employees. How many records will you get? Like the number of rows. So let's say I have 98 rows. So for those, the number of employees I have, its corresponding department IDs I am getting. But here, if you see, there are repeated values, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4 is there, right? But what I want, sir, I just want to see the unique values in this particular column. Whatever unique values are there, I want to see those. So for that, I have a keyword that is known as distinct. Okay, distinct. What is this distinct used for? It retrieves, it retrieves only the distinct values, only the distinct values in a specified list of values, distinct or unique. Okay, distinct or unique values in a specified list of values in a column, in a column, and considers no duplicate values. Okay, it will not consider any duplicate values. So how is the syntax written? How is the syntax written? Select distinct, the column name, whatever column name for which you want to retrieve the uh, distinct ones from table name, from table name. Okay. So if I write select distinct department ID from employees, from employees, then I will be getting all the distinct department IDs in the employees table, right? So now if I execute this, if I execute this, I'll be just getting the distinct values in this particular column. Understood now, everyone? All of you got it? Yeah. So let's say, guys, I'll give you a question. Think of it and answer. Okay, think of it and answer. Let's say uh, I have a students table. Okay, let's say I have a students table in which there is a particular column named as phone. Phone as a column. Okay, and here I have some values like null, then 3, 4, 6, 7. Okay, then 1, 2, 3, 4, then triple one, then 4 ones, then 1, 2, double one, then null. right? Then 7567, we have certain values, right? So here, if I write, guys, select distinct, okay? Here also I have 7577, some values I have like this. So if I write select distinct phone from students, okay, then what all rows I will be getting in this? Can you tell me? What all rows can you write it, guys? What all rows I will get over here? No, write the uh, right. How many phone numbers I will get in my final result set? What will I get? Can you just write it down in the no, write it. What all things I will be receiving? No, write means 3 4 6 7 1 2 3 4 1 1 whatsoever is there. Can you tell me what all values I will be receiving? So why didn't you write, guys, about the null value? Why have you skipped the null value over here? Hmm? So the output will be over here like 3 4 6 7 1 2 3 4 triple one, because here sorry, four ones, because it is being repeated, so only one value is taken. Then 7577 and then null. So null will be written once. Okay, very good. Like all of you have written the correct thing. So remember that if we apply distinct clause to a column that has multiple null values, then the distinct clause will keep only the only one null only one null and eliminate others. Understood now? So why I am having like the unique constant we had read, right? What it used to do? It used to allow only one null value, right? So similarly over here, the distinct clause will keep only one null and eliminate all others. Understood now? Understood, everyone? So here a important question comes, guys, over here, that what is the similarity and difference between distinct and group by? Can you tell me, guys? Just think from your perspective that what can be the similarity and what can be the difference. First, let us discuss about the similarity and then we'll jump to the difference. Can you tell me? Think of it and answer. You already know that. We have already seen that. You already know about it. So can you tell me? Think of it and answer. So when I used the select sum of salary, comma department ID from employees, what did it do? What did it do? Think of it. Think of it. No, no. Top will come before or after the distinct. Top is used with order by, my dear. It will go along with select clause itself. Okay. Yes. Very good. Both are generating what? Both are removing the duplicates. For example, if I'm writing this particular query, when I wrote, let me show you this one. Okay, just let me show you an example. So here, is it repeating all the department IDs, guys, over here? Is it giving any duplicate values to this department? Is it giving any duplicate values to this department? No, right? It is not giving any duplicate values. So Similarly, the distinct clause also works in that way, right? So, what is the similarity I can write? Similarity is it reduces it reduces the number of returned rows returned rows in the result set by removing the duplicates. Right? Clear? Understood this one? Grouping of unique records. Perfect. So it is just giving me uh, the non-duplicate, I mean, no, unique records, right? What will be the difference, guys? What will be the difference over here? What is the difference? No. Difference is distinct does what? Distinct retrieves distinct values or unique values. I can write distinct or unique values in a list of values in a column. Okay, list of values in a particular column. For example, we had seen in the department ID column. But group by is used for what? Group by is used when we want to apply aggregate function to one or more columns. Okay, to one or more columns, right? Because when we use aggregate function, during that time I can use group by, right? Because without an aggregate function, we do not use the group by, right? Because that's why we read the aggregated functions before reading out the uh, before reading out this group. I mean group by clause. Understood now? All of you are clear? Yes. Understood everyone or any doubts? Distinct and group by. So this is a very important interview question that comes in reality. Yeah. Okay, guys. So now we have read some topics. So shall we practice a question now? Shall we practice a question now? Based upon whatever we have read, shall we give a practice to whatever we have read? Anyone is interested to do any of these? I mean, who wants to participate? I'll give them a chance. If they want to give it a try with me, I'll be writing the queries. Don't worry. You don't have to remember the syntax. You just tell me the logic. Whoever is interested can ping his or her name. I'll give an opportunity to them. I'll unmute them. Okay, I do in my most of the batches. So I give them and so that all of you can participate. Okay, because next class onwards we'll be reading joins, union of set operators. So there will have a hell lot of questions. So generally, what I do, I give a chance to my students. Like whoever is interested, I'll be unmuting them and they will be giving answers to those questions. Anyone is interested? Yeah. Okay. Suraj is interested. Okay. So Suraj, I'm unmuting you. Okay. You can hear me out? Hello. Suraj, I have unmuted you. Is anyone able to hear him out? Can you guys hear me out? Suraj, we cannot hear you out actually. Anyone else is interested? Anyone else is interested? Because Suraj, we are unable to hear you out. So anyone else is interested to do a question with me? Don't worry, guys. It's nothing to feel
Hello,
shy or anything as such. I'll be there to guide you out.
hello,
I'll be
hello,
writing the queries. Yeah. Hello?
hello,
Suraj, your voice is really low.
hello,
Very low.
hello, hello, hello.
Yeah.
Now,
Guys, can you hear him out?
hello, 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 hello.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming, but it's very low actually, Suraj.
Okay, sir. Find someone else. My mic is
Okay,
not
okay.
working.
Okay, no issue. Very good, but he came up. It's very good actually, Suraj. Okay. Next time, just fix your mic. I'll be giving you a chance next time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. Okay. No one of you is interested. Strange. It's nothing to feel shy or anything else, guys. I mean, it's like anyone wants to come up voluntarily, like Suraj did. It's good. I mean, when you practice, it gives you a confidence, guys. Don't worry about that. Don't think that you won't be able to answer, or I'll be putting you questions, or I'll be trying to puzzle you out over here. Nothing like that. We'll do together, okay? Okay, fine. Since no one is coming up, um let's say, guys, I have a question to find the list of employee IDs, okay? Employee IDs and the number of projects they are assigned to. They are assigned to. So how will I do this? Find the list of employee IDs and the number of projects they are assigned to. So for this, anyone is interested, anyone like a lot of you people are there. You can just practice with me. Nothing to feel, nothing to feel because it would be really interesting, guys. Shiva, Chandrasekhar, all of these. Veena, anyone wants to try Abhishek? Come, guys. I mean, there's nothing to. Or Yashu, anyone? Okay. Janavi? Okay, very good. Okay, good. So, Janavi, I've unmuted you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you understood the question, right? Find the list of employee IDs and the number of projects they are assigned to, right? So, what will be your approach in this? So, let me show you all the tables, okay? First, let me show you all the tables so that you can easily find like whatever tables we have in our database. I'll just show you that so that it would be easy for you to recognize which table we will be referring it out. Okay. Yeah. Projects, then select because I hope all of you have installed this database scripts which I had given you, all of you, right? So these are the tables. I have just given you the columns. So Janavi, can you tell me like which one will you be using it over here? You can unmute yourself and I've already unmuted you.
Hello.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can hear you.
Employee projects table.
Okay. Why the employee projects table? Because in this
Because it has,
particular table,
yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no. I was saying because it has employee ID and projects, like both.
Yeah, because it is just doing because here we have the employees table and here we have the projects table. And in the employees table, what we do, we generally do a mapping between the employees and the projects, right? So obviously we'll be going with the employee projects table. Very good. Then what is the next step you want to do? What is the next step you want to do? Got unmuted. Okay, okay, wait. Let me fix that.
Yeah. So the next
One
step,
second, one second. Yeah, now you can unmute yourself. Yeah. So the
okay.
next step will be what? Next step will be what?
So like we want the list of the employees by the number of projects, so we can um,
Mhm.
uh, we can count
No,
count the
let's say,
group
yeah,
by
yeah.
yeah.
No, just don't be, I mean, in a hurry. Just go, go step by step. So, first
Okay.
of all, we need to find the list of employee IDs and the number of projects. Like, let's say employee ID 1 is assigned to 5 projects. Employee ID 2. So, obviously, what would I be requiring in the select statement?
The employee ID
Yeah,
and
perfect.
yeah.
Then what I need to do? I need to count the number of projects they are assigned to, right?
Right.
So which aggregate function or anything you think which we're gonna
We will
use over
count.
here? Okay, very
Yeah.
good. So
So
we're gonna
count
use the
project
count
ID.
project ID. Perfect. So project ID will be using it over here. But will it work in this way if I run it in this way? Because
No.
this is the aggregated column, right? Yeah.
Right.
So,
So we'll group by it
okay,
by the other thing that is in the select statement, that is the employee ID.
perfect. Because I need the list of employee ID and the number of projects they are assigned to. So now if I execute, I am getting the um list of employees. So employee ID 1 is assigned to 3 projects, employee ID 2 is assigned to 3 projects, 3 is assigned to 1 project. So now why is this no column name coming over here? Why is
Because
this
we have
no
not
column?
given the column alias to the count.
No, the reason is because, yeah, I mean, since we are using a function, it is not coming out. So we can give a column alias. Let me give as, let's say, number of projects. Okay. Yeah. So now if I run it, I am getting all the list of projects. But let's say Janavi, I want that those who are already assigned with exactly three projects. Okay, let me just expand the question. Who are assigned to three projects? So I want those employee IDs. Then what I gonna
So
do in this?
filter where?
No, but okay.
Okay,
If
count.
I okay.
Understood.
Okay,
Having.
chill. So first of all, if I use where this, I mean, if I use where, I need to put the condition based upon this, right? On this count of project ID, right? But count of project ID is what? It's an aggregated column, right? It is an aggregated column. So obviously, when I go for an aggregated column, which clause I will be using to filter it out?
Having.
Very good. So I'll be using having over here, having
Count of
uh,
project ID.
Can I use this column alias over here?
No.
No, because column alias works only in the order by clause,
Audible.
right? So I'll just write having count of this is equal to how much?
3.
3. Perfect. So now if I run it, okay, I'll be getting all the list of employees. Okay. But let's say now I just expand the question a bit. Let's say I am interested, find the list of employee IDs who belongs to department 2. So what are you gonna do in this? Okay, forget this. This way we'll be doing in joins, okay? Because here there is no direct relationship, but very good. I mean, this is how we gonna extract the number of employees and the projects assigned to it. Understood now? Yeah? Okay, very good. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So all of you clear that how we would be using the clauses? All of you understood this concept? Clear now? It gives you a better, so when one of your one of your peers is doing this kind of uh, problem solving, all of you are getting it, right? How the approach should be, right? Because when I move to joins, guys, I would be really happy if all of you come voluntarily and give up your names. because the more we're gonna practice, and I will also give you a hell lot of questions. Don't worry, I'll give you around 50 to 100 questions from next weekend onwards, because we'll come to that topic, joins, because this is one of the most important. Then subqueries are there. So I want all of you to come like this and and participate, because there is nothing to feel any, you know, like shy or anything. It's okay. If you go wrong, I'm there to guide you out. Okay. Yeah. So that is how it is required. And sometimes what happens generally, these kind of questions which I gave, these are important interview questions which comes up like this, because people, null is never equals to null, but in distinct and unique operator, it will always take unique constant and indistinct. It will always consider a null value as a single unit. So it will keep only one null and eliminate others, right? So clear with this question of using all other clauses and doing it. So remember, like if you are asked in the interviews, like why we go with, because this is generally not mentioned in many books and any of these things. So this order of execution is really important, and you should know this. How is my, because I said order by in column alias, order column alias only works in order by, but you should know the reason why it doesn't work. This is the reason, because in select statement my column alias is created. So order by, since order by is executed after select statement, so for that reason it works. Yeah. All of you clear? Any doubts you can put it up. Then if I'll answer to those questions, and then we'll moving to the next topic. If you have any doubts, you can put it up. I'll answer it. Any questions if you have, you can put it up. Or everything is clear to all of you. Yeah, okay, fine. So now let's move to the next one, that is views. Okay, views. Next class, guys, please read and come whatever things we are discussing, okay? Because we'll be utilizing all of those concepts in the next class. Because as I said, SQL is completely interrelated. So all of the topics will be, you know, whatever we are reading in the very first class will be also utilized in the next class. I mean, all of the sessions, okay? So views is what? Views is it is a database object, okay, which acts as a virtual table, which acts as a virtual table because it does not store any data but stores the SQL query. And it is a kind of, it is a subset of a table. Okay, it is a subset of a table. So guys, I will be telling you that why, I mean, let me show you the syntax first. So how it is written: create view, the view name, as the particular select statement. Okay. So what is a view? It is a database object which is a virtual table. I mean, it will act as a table. You can query through the table. You can write select star from view name and get the data. But what does it do? It does not store any data. It just stores the SQL query. It is just storing the select statement. Okay. So let's say I write some query like this. Okay. Let's say I write create view. Okay. View name is, let's say, v underscore emp data. Okay. So let's say anything you can write v emp data as, here I am writing select first name, salary, department ID from employees. Okay. From employees. Okay. So now if I run this particular query, okay, if I run this particular query, what it will do, a view is created. Okay, a view is created, that is vemp underscore emp data. Okay, so now you can use it as a table. So now if I write, for example, if I write select star from vemp data, it will be displaying me the data. It will be displaying the data. But how it is displaying? It is not storing any data, right? It is just running this particular query, which is inside this particular view, right? Understood, everyone? Understood, all of you, how this one is working? But then you will have a question. Sir, we can use directly this table, right? Why do I need to create a view? Okay, let me show you. Let's say, guys, I go to a page, let's say amazon.in. Okay, let me go to this page. So here, let's say I just open up anything. Okay, for example, these things, whichever you are seeing, okay, whatever you are seeing it over here, these are coming from where, guys? I mean, this is my front end, right? This is my UI. This is my website where I am getting all of these data. So where is it coming from? This is, I mean, whatever you are seeing, it is coming from where? From the database, right? From the database, all of these, like if I go for this Kellogg's one, you will be seeing the date, the food item, the price, the ratings, whatsoever is there. So it is coming from the back end, right? So how it is being used actually, that, so when you write a select statement, right? Let's say you write the select statement. I want to show the employee details and everything. So what I do, I give this particular query, okay? And whoever the UI developer, or whoever, like there can be in any language, in PHP, in Java, whatever they want to make this front end. Let's say they are using this particular query, and they are creating and they are getting all of these data. But what is happening in this? What is the risk in this? Let's say my front end, let's say my website gets hacked. Okay, it gets hacked. So from there, the hacker will be able to know the, what is the original table name, what are my column names, all of these sensitive data, because employees table is a very sensitive data, right? It is a sensitive table because it is storing your salary, it is storing your contacts, your email ID, whatsoever. So if I want that I should not reveal my original columns and original table, what I can use, I can create a view and give this view to the front end developer, select star from VEMP data. Okay. So that neither the column name is revealed, the original column names, neither the original table name is revealed, because we are using it as a this particular query. Understood, everyone? Now why we are using? So that the front end developer can simply write select star from VEMP data and use it. So what are the use cases? Like, I mean, why it is used? I mean, what are the advantages of a view? First of all, it is reduces complexity. I will come to this point. Second point is it provides security. So I have already told you that in security terms, how it is providing me security, right? We have already seen the example which I gave you right now. So it is providing. How it is reducing complexity? For that, I'll be telling you that there are two types of views. Okay, types of views. There are two types of views in this. First one is a simple view, and second one is a complex view. Okay, complex view. Simple view means what? What is a simple view? Simple view is the view which is composed of one table. It is composed of one table. For example, this data. It is all these columns are coming from one table, right? So this is known as a simple view. So the example is this particular example, which I can consider that it is composed of one table, right? What is the complex view? Complex view, because whenever I run this particular query, whenever I run the select star from VMP data, what does it do? It just runs this particular query that is associated with it. Complex view means what? Complex view, the view which is composed of more than one table, like when I will be reading about joins, I will be telling you, or if the query contains group by, having, aggregate functions, okay, set operators, joins, etc., which this set operators and joins will be reading in the next class. For example, let's say in the front end, in the UI, the user wants to show the number of the number of departments and the uh, count of employees in it. Okay. So what I'll be doing, I'll be simply creating a view. Okay, I'll be simply creating a view, something like this. Let's say create view VEMP department count. Okay, as I'll be putting this particular query over here. Okay, I'll be just putting this particular query over here and creating this view. Okay, so now if I execute this, now if I write select star from VEMP department count, okay, it is fetching me the result. So how it is reducing complexity? Because the front-end developer has not to go through the group by clause, the count function. They do not have to see all of these. They will simply write select star from VEMP department count and get all the columns and whatever column analysis or whatsoever used. So that is why the advantage is what I wrote, that it reduces complexity and also provides security. Understood everyone now? Understood on this? Or any doubts anyone has? All of you got it? Yeah. So now if I want to see the views which I have created in my database, you go to this. Under this views, you will have a lot of views over here. Okay, whatever views, and if you want to uh, see from your database from the query level, you can simply write select star from information schema dot views. So it will give you the list of views that are there in my database and the definition. Definition means the way which we have created it. It will be giving me all the details. So remember this table. This is used for what? This is used if you want to get the list of views in my database. In my database. No, it will be there, my dear. Why it will get deleted? This view is a database object. What is a database object? Anything that is created inside the in the database, it's a database object. This is not only a select statement, right? Because a view is there, but whenever I write select star from VMP data, the second step that runs is this query, which runs implicitly. Okay, second step is this, and it will get all the data from this query, right? So it will be obviously there. It is a database object, right? So it will be obviously stored in the main memory. Understood, Mohan? Yeah. Yeah. No, no, it will not consume any data, but obviously it will occupy some memory. Because any database object means we have read about, like when we are creating, we are writing create, right? So database object is a table, database object is also a view, right? Obviously it will consume some memory. Okay? Yeah. Understood? I will tell you. Very good question, Vidisha. I'll come to that. Okay, don't worry, I'll come to that. We'll discuss on that particular one. So now let's see, guys, I have created this particular view. Okay, VEMP data. And now let's say I want to also show the last name as well. So what I need to do? Do I need to create another view for this? If let's say I've created this one, okay, and I need to, I need to add a last name column. So do I need to create another view, or is there any way I can modify this view? Can you tell me which command can I use? Yes, very good, Chandrashi. So if I want to modify the view, then I will write alter view command. Alter, alter command, alter view, which is used to modify that particular view. So I'll write alter view, the view name as the particular select statement. Okay, particular select statement. So here, what I'll do, I will be writing what is the view name? The view name is VEMP data. So what I'll write alter view VEMP data as this particular query. I'll just add last name over here. Okay, I'll just add last name over here. Now, if I run this particular view, because VEMP data is already there, right? If you see VEMP data is already there. So now if I execute this, you see it has been successfully completed. Now if I write select star from VEMP data, I will be getting the last name as well. Understood, everyone? How we can modify a existing view by using the alter command. All of you clear? All of you clear on this? Similar, since it's a database object and the way we are able to drop the table, similarly, I can also drop the view. How it is written? Drop view and the view name So if I want to drop this particular view, that is VEMP data, I'll be writing drop view VEMP data and it will drop this particular view. Right? So now if I write this and execute, you see the view has been dropped. So if you just refresh over here, VEMP data was there, right? This thing was there. So now if you just refresh, you will not find any more this VEMP data because it has been completely dropped from the thing. Understood now, everyone? All of you are clear? How we are able to create a view, how we are able to drop a view. So there was an interesting question, even that also I would have discussed. Let's say, guys, there is a single table. Okay, there is a table. I'll just show you that table. This is a simple table. I'm just showing you. Select star from EMP data. Okay. This is something where we have employee ID, department ID, name, job, clerk, job, salary. Right. So now let's say I create a view. Let's say select. Let's say create view ABCD. Just giving a random name. Okay. Let's say select star from EMP data. So I created this view. Okay. I created this view. Okay. Now let's say, guys, I have created this view. If I write select star from ABCD, I am able to get the data from this view. Let's say, guys, now I drop this table, the main table which is associated. This is drop table EMP data from where this view is fetching the data. Okay, I dropped this particular table. So now can you tell me what will happen to this particular view? Can you tell me? So the question is, understood everyone the question? What will happen to the view if the underlying tables are dropped? I mean, will the view exist? No, I'm asking you. Will the view exist or the view will also get dropped in this scenario? Okay, Suraj is saying view will not exist, view will exist, view will remain. But can I query through the view and get the data? So what happens now if I just check it out, if I check the views list, it is there. This ABCD view is there, right? This particular view is there. But now if I write select star from ABCD, okay, and run it, you are getting an error. Could not use viewer function because of binding error. So the answer is that the view will exist. Obviously, the view will exist, but it will show errors, but it will show errors on execution. Clear now, everyone? It will show errors on execution. When I try to execute it, it will show me errors, right? Understood, everyone, how the views are working? Let's do a quick recap what we have read. We have read about the views, how to create it, what are the types of views, that is simple and complex views, how to alter views, and how to drop views. Yeah, understood all of you? Everyone understood? Or any doubts, anything, you can ask me. All clear? All clear, right? No doubts, anyone? Yeah? Okay. Now, guys, I mean, I don't want to move to any new topic as of now because there are a lot of things are there. But can you tell me what is this DBO, guys? What is this DBO that is coming up over here? What happened? Can we try to change data from views in the main table? I mean, for example, Shiva, let's say you have changed some data in your employees table. So whatever data, let's say you have, let's say there is a employee name Akshay Kumar, okay, and you have increased his salary from 70,000 to 1 lakh. So whatever you have done, because view is not storing any data, right? View is not storing any data. It is just fetching the data. So whatever data also you have updated, that will be fetching. For example, Akshay Kumar, you have changed from 70,000 to 1 lakh. So it will be fetching that particular data itself, right? Because it is just storing the query. It is not storing any data. So obviously, whatever latest data or whatever updated data you have done, it will fetch that particular thing only. Yeah, understood, Shiva? Okay, I'll tell you about this, that what is this DBO. So DBO is, that is called as schema. Okay, schemas. So what is a schema? Schema is, it is a collection of database objects. Okay, database objects including tables, views, indexes, stored procedures, whatever we'll be reading further. Okay, for example, if I just show you, if I just write functions, anything. So if I just show you the table names as well. So here you see dbo.empc. What is this dbo? Dbo is a, just a collection. It is just a kind of a subset of a database. Okay, so it is just a collection. So the default schema, okay, the default schema for a database is dbo. Okay, dbo dot. So dbo dot table name. So whatever I create. So can you tell me, guys, if I have a table, okay, let's say I have a table, select star from employees. Can I create one more table with the same name, guys? Can I create in the same database? Can I create now if I try to create table employees and I give ID int, if I try to do, what will be the scene? It will be showing an error, right? There is already an employees in the database, right? So, but what if, guys, let's say, I have a game, okay? I have launched a game, let's say I've launched a game PUBG, okay? And there I have a set of mobile users also and set of PC users also. So what I will be doing in that scenario, that I want that in the same database I should store the users from the PC as well and from the mobile as well. Okay, but I want the table name to be same. So what can I do in this scenario, guys? What can I do? Any idea? Very good. So one point already we know that table names, two table names cannot share the same name, right? Already we know this. Cannot share the same name. Okay. So, but two tables in two different schemas, in two different schemas can share the same name, can share the same name in the same database. Okay, in the same database. So let's say how to create a schema. Let me show you the syntax. Create schema, the particular schema name. Okay, let's say I create a schema. Let's say create schema. Let's say I create iOS for iOS users. Okay, so let me create this. Create schema iOS. Okay, yeah. So it is already there. Okay. Now if I try to create table iOS dot employees and try to create it. So now if you see that I have successfully created this, right? So here I will write select star from iOS dot employees, schema name dot the table name. So if I execute over here, it is just having the ID column because just now I created it. So if you see the tables over here, okay, if you see the tables over here, you have this, where is that? iOS.employees. Understood everyone that how to create two table names in two different schemas. All of you are clear now? All of you are aware? Understood, everyone? Because the schema is really important. Important means because you see it every day, on everyday basis you see. Because when you write create table, the default schema that is taken is DPU. Okay. The views will created again using older view. Can it repeat again? No, you cannot have the same view name. If you try to create a view name with the same name, for example, if I've created a view, let's say I have created a view with the same name, if I try to create it, it will give you an error. Can we create a duplicate table in a table means? Ankit, what is the question? I couldn't get it. Yeah, you can refer a view inside a view, but that will slow down. So don't try to use it because it will slow down your, when you try to fetch the data from the view, because a view will be containing another view. So you can do it, but it will slow down your uh, process when you write select star from the, because for example, you have a view one, okay? Then inside that you will be creating another view. So this view one will be running this query, let's say select star from v2, and this v2 will be again executing the query inside this. So obviously it will slow down. So it is not recommended to create views with another views because it will slow down your performance. Yeah, understood, Suraj? Okay, everyone clear now, all of you? So we have a lot of topics which we have read for today, and I want all of you to read and come on all of these topics, okay, for the next class. But if you have any doubts, you can ask it, or else like we are good for today then. I mean, we have discussed all of the topics. Next class will be important because we gonna discuss on, yeah, I'll share everything, don't worry. So we'll be discussing on set operators, we'll be discussing on joins, and I want you guys needs to be voluntarily participate, like the way Janavi and Suraj tried. So I really want all of you to participate because it will be really fun. I guess Janavi, your experience was good, right? Because that will give you more confidence, trust me. Okay? So don't feel shy or anything. Yeah, I will anyways give you Abhishek the topics, right? I mean, this I'll be uploading in the drive and giving you. So don't worry, you'll have it all in this. Okay. The upcoming classes are joins and set operators. If the time permits, we will be discussing more topics, right? So joins and set operators, what are the different kinds of joins? What are the different kind of set operators that we'll be reading? Yeah. So I'm just uploading the session's notes. Any doubts, anyone? To ask? Yeah, drive link I've already shared. So this is the drive link. I'll uploading the notes now. Yeah, Ankit, we are done for today. So you can leave. Yeah, Srinivas, that assignment will be discussing next class. Okay, don't worry about that. About the foreign key concept. So did you had any doubts on that? Do you face any problems? I wanted to see. Did you guys face any problems? Hmm. What was the problem, Srinivas? Very good. Very good. It's like deleting the course. So next class, just remind me. I'll be telling you about the foreign key relationships. Okay? Because you have to delete the dependent data so that you can delete the other data that is there. Okay? So we'll discuss that. Yeah, foreign key. Very good. Very good. Perfect. It's really good that all of you have practiced it. Well, anyways, I'll be telling you about the foreign key relationships next class. Okay. Just remind me in the next class in the beginning. Okay. I'll be discussing on that assignment. Yeah. Okay, guys. I guess if we are done, we are good for today, right? Yeah. Okay.